Hi everybody, welcome back to Cassandra's Garden. Today I'm going to show you how to make Ambrosial Italian pasta. And so the word itself, Ambrosial, defines as something that has a delicious taste and smell. So going back to the Italian pasta dish, some people, and I did not even take this to account, but I'm taking it into account now, cannot take peppery or red pepper. It's just not good for their acid reflux. So I have come up with a different version of the Italian pasta, and I'm calling it Ambrosial Italian pasta. This is easy on the stomach, causing absolutely no acid reflux unless tomatoes cause you to have that. So just keep that in mind. But this is a lot more milder, and I just want to make it for my family because I know it's going to be delicious, and I want to make it for you, and just in case you really loved the Italian pasta recipe that I posted recently, but you can't take that red pepper, and you can't even take the black pepper. Some people can't take it, and that's okay. We can remedy that. So, or maybe you just want to try something different. This is for you, okay? I love all y'all. So I've been boiling my pasta water for about 20 minutes, and it's starting to get on the molecular level distilled, good, pure water so that I can boil my noodles. So let's get started. You're going to need 16 ounces, which is 1 pound, of spaghetti noodles. You are going to need 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of dried parsley, 1 teaspoon of Merlot salt, 1 teaspoon of herbes de Provence, 1 teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of rosemary, 1 teaspoon of basil. All the herbs must be dried. This is 1 tablespoon of butter that I actually make, and that's going to go into my pasta water. Here I have a delicious sweet rosé. 1 cup of sweet rosé, a half a cup of really good olive oil, 4 cloves of garlic minced. I don't mince them really tiny because I like the taste of them. After they caramelize, I like to get that little bite in there. And then I have 1 shallot sliced, and these are delicious, sweet. Some people call them grape tomatoes, some people call them cherry tomatoes. I call them amazing. They were right off the vine, garden tomatoes. They're very sweet. And I sliced in half 10. So these are 10 cherry tomatoes, very sweet. And then, of course, I had to fix myself a glass of rosé, which is delicious. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is, and I hope my kitchen's not too messy. It stays a mess. Trust me. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of my noodles in my water, and I'm going to add what looks like an obscene amount of salt because you're not getting that salt intake. It's just making the noodles have a flavor, but you won't have all that salt, I promise. And then we are going to add the butter that I make. Let's just drop it in there. And I'm going to set my timer for 6 minutes because we only have to boil these noodles halfway because we're going to add them to this pan. So we're going to start the caramelization of the shallots and the garlic. And then I have just a few little scragglers I got to get in there. And then olive oil wants to seep down. And I'm doing this one-handed, so I need you guys and gals to forgive me and just bear with me and be patient with me. And I do apologize. Now we're just going to add all our spices. We're going to add, here's the basil. Again, that's 1 teaspoon. This is the thyme. Again, that's 1 teaspoon. Here is the rosemary. Again, that's 1 teaspoon. The Merlot salt, 1 teaspoon. The herbs de Provence, 1 teaspoon. That's for last. And then the oregano, 1 teaspoon. Just trying to get everything a little bit organized over here and then put away nicely so it'll be easier for me to clean up. Okay, so we're starting this process. I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit. But I wanted to bring you guys and gals along with me for this, because this is a wonderful recipe that is so affordable. You know, going out to eat just ain't what it used to be, guys and gals. It's just not. I'm like, customer service has depleted. Quality has depleted. I mean, it's terrible. It's just terrible. And so you can make your own food at home for a fraction of the cost in a cleaner environment. It's going to taste better. You don't have to worry about somebody that may be mad at their boss and they're coming into work and they're slamming things around. I've literally had that happen. I'd get up and walk out every time because I'm like, if you're mad when you're cooking my food, I'm out. And this is so inexpensive. Oh my gosh, it smells so good, you guys and gals. But again, this Ambrosial Italian pasta is specifically designed and remade for those who cannot take the heat. And when I say the heat, I mean the red pepper, the black pepper, anything too spicy. I get you. I'm there with you 100%. Sometimes I can't take spiciness. So this is for those who want a good Italian pasta dish, but we have to keep in mind of their acid reflux. So I'm right there with you. It's no problem. That smells so good. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my cherry tomatoes. These are 10 of them that's been sliced in half. I'm going to go ahead and add my sweet rosé. This is such a beautiful dish. And what I love about it is when we add the pasta noodles to this, it all gets soaked up. There's no liquid left. It's just a delicious, wonderful, aromatic, ambrosial dish. Now, for those of you who like meat, you can add meatballs. I make this, I eat this the vegetarian way because I don't eat red meat, but you can certainly add meatballs to this, or just ground chuck, whatever you like, or it can be just like this, and it's just amazing. The aroma in here is absolutely amazing. It would make your stomach growl, I'm telling you. And that rosé, I'm telling y'all, that is really good. I love sipping on wine while I'm cooking my Italian dishes, especially when I use wine to cook in certain ingredients. It's just like my little ritual that I do now. Like, I will fix me a glass of wine and say, let's just do this. Alrighty, so it's time now to add the pasta to this. We're just going to add that. For this Ambrosial Italian pasta. It's going to be so delicious. Just bear with me one moment. Now, I'm going to use my 1 cup measuring device, and I'm going to get 1 full cup of my pasta water. That's all you need. I'm going to add it to my sauce. And let me explain to you why. 1, it helps thicken everything up. 2, it gives the noodles a very silky and delicious texture and flavor. You can see that I accidentally spilled a few noodles, which I will be discarding. Even though my stove is clean, I just feel weird about that. I don't add that. So let me just put that over here, and I will discard that when I get ready to wash the dishes. This also, you can cook this in less than 15 minutes. If you make bread the day before, you can get like a jump start and just make you a little salad, and you have got a wonderful meal. Especially if you're busy, if you work full-time, if you've got a lot going on. This is perfect for students who are in college. It's affordable, and it's actually gourmet. It is wonderful. My kids made me feel really good last night, you guys and gals. Let me tell you what they both said. And my son loves to give me a hard time, so when he says something like this, he means it. They literally said they had no idea how bougie they had always lived when they were with their mom. Because they've been going out to eat, my kids are very successful. Both of them work very hard. Both of them work 2 and 3 jobs, okay? They're very successful. They have the funds to go do whatever the hell they want to do, right? And they said that they have been to every restaurant known to man. They've been out having a great time with their friends. They've been out partying, going out to eat, going on dinner dates, meeting up with friends, meeting up with each other, because my kids are really close. My son and my daughter, they have a very close, loving relationship, and that's the way I raised them, and that's the way I want it to be. Well, they told me it doesn't matter where they go, they have never found anything that tastes as good as Mom's cooking. And I'm like, and my daughter was like, Mom, I'm going to be just like you. I'm going to cook at home because I have been to 5-star restaurants. She said, you spoiled me. And I go to 5-star restaurants and it still isn't as good as your cooking. But you know what? You can have that same effect with your cooking. Cooking at home is just so much better. Now I'm going to set my timer for about 5 minutes and it should be done. So I'm going to bring you all back for part 2 of this Ambrosial Italian pasta dish. I'm just going to call it Ambrosial Italian pasta because that's exactly what it is. It's sweet. It has a little bit of savor to it, but no heat. And that's very important for those that we all love who have stomach problems, or if it burns their throat, if they just can't take that much, power in the red pepper and the black pepper, this is for you. It will settle nice with your stomach. It will satisfy you. It's refreshing. It's delicious, and it's actually very healthy, and it's filling. Not to mention very affordable, and it is nothing short of gourmet. Let me show you what everything's going to look like when I plate it. I'll be right back. Love all y'all. Peace and love.